Hi, Libra. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at what's going on between you and your person. Okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay? All right. All right. Okay. All of these, Spirit? Okay. Oh, excuse me. Fell on the floor. Give me 1 second, okay? Almost done. Okay. Okay. Overall energy for this week's reading is the High Priestess, Libra. Okay, so this is talking about, it's Pisces energy, first of all. So you may have Pisces placements, or your person may have. Also with High Priestess, this is talking about following your intuition, first and foremost. It could also speak of your person seeing you as somebody unattainable. Like they want you, but they put you on a pedestal in their mind and they see you as unattainable, or vice versa. You could be seeing your person this way, okay? Underneath this, we have the Page of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Again, this is Pisces. So somebody's got Pisces placements, okay? With the Page of Cups, this is talking about a love offer that comes along with an apology. Either you're wanting your person to come forward and do this, which is what I feel it is, or this could just be, this person deep down inside wanting to do this with you because they know that what they've done to you is wrong, okay? There's going to be some type of transformation with the Death card. I feel like you are working on transforming yourself. It's Scorpio energy. And, your person is also going through the spiritual awakening. So I feel like, there's some transformation on their side as well. You're looking for your happiness, Libra. That's what I feel like is going on with the Sun card, okay? All right, because there's been some deception going on here. All right, so we're going to start by clarifying the High Priestess. High Priestess, please, Spirit. Ooh, you got a whole bunch of cards. They just flying out. That's what's been happening since I've been shuffling for y'all. Okay, let me get one for your person. The High Priestess, please. Okay. So your person, let me start with your person. Your person's like eyeballing you, right? They're ready to date. They're ready for the two of you to come back together again. I think they're wanting to fix whatever happened between the two of you with the date card. I want to clarify this card and see what's coming up on it. Date, please, Spirit. Oof, they going through a dark night of the soul. Oh, wow. And it's causing them to think a lot about how they treated you and, what they've been doing to this connection, how they've been destroying it. Okay. Okay. When it comes to you, this is a situation that's talking about karma. This is about karmic lessons, you paying off karmic debts from the past life and from this present life. This is also about you being in the flow, being detached and not trying to control the situation, because we all want to control this situation. I want to control it. I'm just as much of a control freak as you are. So when I say this to you, I'm saying it to myself. You got to be in the place where you're okay regardless. Like, you're going to be okay if this person comes back. You're going to be okay. If they don't come back, you're going to be okay if this connection works out. You're going to be okay if it doesn't. Okay. Then we've got divine timing. Spirit is just backing up what I just said, letting you know that, the divine timing is at play. This is a divinely orchestrated connection. And as much as we want to control it, we have no control over it whatsoever. Okay. Then we've got the creativity card. What Spirit is telling you is to go forth and start to focus on your passions. Focus on the things that light you up. Okay. I tell a lot of y'all this, but this is what's going to cause you, it's going to help you to move away from this connection, because that's what you're being advised to do, to not sit in it and wait for this person, because all it's going to do is continue to drive them farther away from you. All right. So we've got the King of Wands, as this is the energy you're showing up in. You're looking good. Okay. I feel like, at times you feel good. You may not always feel good because you're in this connection. And sometimes, this connection can be very heavy. It can weigh you down and make you feel badly. But I feel like with the King of Wands, you are sitting in your energy trying to get yourself to the point that you need to be at. I think you feel like this connection has done like a lot of detrimental things to you, and you're trying to pick yourself up and pull yourself out of it with the King of Wands. Okay, let's clarify. Oh wait, there was one more card I needed to get for. Let me get these cards. Ooh. Yeah, so somebody's watching you. Your person is watching you. That's why this card, it just fell off the top of the deck. They are watching the hell out of you, Libra. And High Priestess. Okay, King of Wands. Nine of Cups. Okay, for some of you, this could be the start of this connection. It could be the start of this situationship that you got with this person here. Okay, when it comes to the High Priestess, Spirit is telling you this is what your intuition is trying to tell you, that this person right now sitting in this egoic energy, this prideful energy, they are the golden mirror. So this is someone who could possibly be narcissistic. They're love bombing you, being self-absorbed and one-sided. Okay, so for you, there may be a soulmate coming up for you. Okay, you could be sitting in energy. Some of you may have decided to let this person go, the twin go, and this could be a soulmate coming towards you. Okay, a partnership, a soul contract, a life partner. So even if you decide not to be with the other person, with the twin, there's somebody coming towards you, because you've got you're headed towards abundance. And I feel like that's why you're sitting in that King of Wands energy. You have worked on yourself. You're focusing on self-love. You're trying to pick yourself up and dust yourself off, put yourself back together after what happened with this other person, and you are moving towards someone who could potentially be your life partner. Okay, so when it comes to your person, they see you as wish fulfillment. They want to be with you with this Nine of Cups. Okay, you're their be all and end all, even though they may be doing crazy shit like being in connections with other people and running away from you and acting like they're not wanting to commit, but they're still watching you. They still look at you, watch your social media, go to places that they know you'll be at, so that they can see what you're doing, trying to continually get updates. They may be asking other people about you. Okay, but they're sitting at a crossroads. Yeah, they got to make a decision. It could be a decision between you and someone else. It could be a decision between being in this connection or being alone. It could go a lot of different ways, because this is a collective reading. Okay, but they're afraid. They're still in this cowardice energy. So no courage, afraid to tell the truth, afraid to do the right thing. And but they're trying to find forgiveness. They want your forgiveness, and they want to forgive themselves and possibly other people. They may feel like you offended them in some type of way. Don't shoot the messenger. Okay, they just may feel like you have offended them in some type of way, because like I said, you both triggered each other. All right, and I feel like you telling someone how you feel about them, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that at all. But to someone that has an issue with emotions and with feelings, it's a trigger for them. Okay, so they see it as a negative thing, but that doesn't mean that it is a negative thing. I feel like you were very bold and you were very courageous. Okay, and that it was a beautiful thing for you to come towards this person and let them know how you felt. Okay, because at the end of the day, if you decide to walk away from this, you'll know that you did everything you could do to try to fix it, to try to save it. And that at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You won't have those questions in your mind of, well, what if I had done this, or what if I had done that? But that's why I tell you, Spirit is telling you to walk away from this person, because nothing you say and nothing you can do. You were supposed to tell them how you felt. Now, I'm not saying you were wrong for that at all. You were supposed to tell them how you felt, but you told them once. You got to let it go. Doing it repeatedly is not going to fix anything. All it's going to do is push them further away from you, because they've got to deal with this stuff. Okay, they are heartbroken as well. Okay, so this is talking about deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup. So you may have walked away from this person. Okay, they may have done some shit and you've been like, not doing this, not putting up with this shit, and you may have left their asses, and now they feel heartbroken. All right, because they weren't treating you the way you deserve to be treated. And then we've got the teddy bear. It says interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. That's why that date card was showing up over here. So, they feel like, they want to invest in you, but they got some healing to do. They got some things they gotta deal with. This person is not on your level right now. Okay, I'm not saying they don't have the potential to be, because I feel like they do. Otherwise, the two of you wouldn't be going through what you're going through. But they gotta, just like you sitting in that King of Wands energy and you are focusing on you and balancing yourself out and loving on yourself, they got to do the same thing. They have to heal whatever it is that's making them act like a fucking imbecile when it comes to you and the feelings, because it's not healthy to go through life and feel like, oh, you can't be vulnerable. Because if you're never vulnerable with anybody, you're never going to have a relationship that's worth anything. It will always be surface level. It will never be deep. Okay. And that's what we talk about with you see the intimacy cards and you see the pictures of somebody in the bed. That's not what the intimacy is talking about. It's talking about the spiritual intimacy, the emotional intimacy. That's what we're talking about. And this person runs from anything emotional. They feel like it's dirty. Like I said, they may have grown up in a household where they were taught to think that was, you never let them see you sweat, or, you don't show anybody your hand and all this type of stuff. They may have thought, grown up thinking all these things. And, a lot of times the thoughts we think aren't even our own. They're things we pick up, like I said, from school, from kids, from, your family, from other relationships. So they got some things to do. Okay. Some work to do. So when it comes to the energy between the two of you, I haven't gotten 3 cards for any other sign, but I got 3 cards for you. They just fell out of the deck. So we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay. Air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And you have the potential to have a very good, life together once the two of you are ready to do that. Because while this person is in that pride and ego, they cannot sustain this connection, and neither can you if you're not ready for it either. Okay, because it will be Trigger Fest 2025. And you will just be triggering each other until you break apart and go back into separation. Okay. All right. So with these 3 cards, what Spirit is saying is that both of you, I feel like, if you were both where you were supposed to be, you would want to make the choice to have this connection with each other, okay, with the Lovers, because this is where you see eye to eye on every level, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, okay? So your person could have a lot of air in there, or you could have a lot of air placements, because all of this is air. So with the Knight of Swords, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords, you and your person, I feel like you don't trust each other. I feel like what they did to you, it left a bad taste in your mouth, and you're pretty much guarding your energy with that damn sword. You're like, if you bring your ass too close to me, I'm going to chop you with this sword. If you move wrong or you do something wrong, I'm going to chop you and send you back, from where you came. But with the Knight of Swords, I feel like you understand that. I feel like for you, this is you wanting to leave the connection because you don't like how things are going down. But your person, this may have been how your person came in the beginning to activate this connection. They may have come in very strongly, very impulsively. But the Knight of Swords can be somebody coming in impulsively and also throwing up their hands and deciding to leave the connection as well. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Let me get this card first. Knight of Swords. Okay. Knight of Swords, the Lovers, and the Queen of Swords. Oh, Libra. Sad. Hold on. We're going to talk about it in just a second. Knight of Swords. Okay. So you are sitting in hopeless energy. That was what made me, say that. I hate to see that but I understand why you feel like this, because I feel like this person really showed their asses when it came to you. And I feel like it was a situation where they pretty much were very abusive. That's the word that's coming to me. And I don't necessarily mean physically abusive. I'm talking about, mentally abusive and emotionally abusive. Like they knew how you felt, and they did everything they could to kind of like punish you for it, is what I feel like. Okay. And I feel like there was a lot of anguish in this situation. Okay. So when it comes to your person, they're planning. They're planning on how to try to come and get you back, because look at these other cards that fell. This person, they have a pattern of sabotaging and then trying to rebuild things. This is talking about them being persistent and working on it, and trying to repair this connection. So you're going to be hearing from them, because I got the love call card. So this is talking about them coming forward to express love, messages of love, thinking of you and informing you. But you got to remember what type of energy. You got to look at what type of energy this person is sitting in. You have to be very discerning. You have to be in this King of Wands energy, okay? Because the King of Wands knows when somebody's, on the up and up, and when they fucking around. And so you need to be in this energy when you hear from this person, because you got to see if they're right. You need to ask about third parties. You need to ask about what their intentions are. You need to do all these things, because this person is still sitting in that egoic and that the prideful energy. And if they come towards you like this, like I just told you, the two of you can come back together, but there's no, it's not going to work out, because you're just going to keep triggering each other, and then move off into your separate corners again. Okay. So when it comes to the outcome, we've got the Ten of Wands. This situation has become such a burden to you. I feel like that's why you're sitting in this hopeless energy. It's burdensome for your person as well, because they have a lot of shit they need to address. Because see, you've been on this earth longer. I feel like if one of you is older, I feel like it's you, and you have had a lot more chances to work on your stuff. And I'm not saying that you still don't have things that you have to do, but this person is someone, I feel like, who has not addressed any of these things. And so it's like you're carrying around, you're a bag woman or a bag man carrying around all this shit. And then they got into this connection with you, and all those bags that they're carrying around. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at what Spirit is giving me. All those bags they're carrying around just burst open, and all this shit flew out that they haven't worked on. And so because of that, they've got to go sort through all this stuff, and they really can't focus on this. But you know what I think it is? Let me say this. I think this card is somebody new coming into your life. You may be entertaining somebody new at this time, okay? And it's a soulmate, okay? And you may be moving on from this person, and they feel you moving on, Libra. And that is why they're showing up, wanting to come and tell you how they feel now, because they're trying to keep you there, and they're trying to keep you stuck. Because as I said, they're still sitting in that egoic and prideful energy. And if they're still sitting in that energy, it would not be a good thing for you to take them back. Let me say it like this. We all have our own decisions to make at the end of the day. We're all adults, but that's what Spirit is telling you. Okay. All right. So let me clarify. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, please. Yeah, see? Yeah. You've turned away from them, and you're focusing on your coin. You're working towards your abundance, because the abundance card came up twice, buddy. Like I said, I need a loan, Libra. You gonna give me some money? So you are working on your money, and I feel like it's going really well. If it hasn't blown up yet, it's about to, because it's saying positive mindset. You're manifesting gratitude. Don't forget to be grateful. Gratitude and bliss and blessings. So you're going to be blessed for turning away from this connection, because that's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Because this person right now, they don't mean you any good. They don't have any good intentions. Everything is self-serving. Okay. Even them coming to tell you how they feel is supposed to serve them, to keep you there, to keep you stuck, to keep their thumb on you while they run around and do whatever the hell they want to do, be with whoever they want to be with, and doing whatever crazy shit they're doing. Okay. All right. So yeah, see, your person's got to learn the intimacy. Remember, I told you we always see these intimacy cards, and you see somebody getting down, two people getting down, and it looks like it's just talking about sex, but it's not. It's talking about emotional intimacy. This person has yet to learn that. And that's what the burden is for them, is that they're carrying this around, and they need to learn how to open themselves up, and they're not doing it. okay? When it comes to you, you have finally found clarity, okay? This is about you being able to see things clearly, understanding situations, people, places, and things for what they truly are. You're actually looking at this person. I feel like you've taken off the rose-colored glasses and you've put on the true glasses by working on yourself. And you see that this person is nowhere near what you deserve, or nowhere near, you know, the type of person they may have portrayed themselves to be in the beginning. Okay. All right. Let's get some messages from Spirit. Ooh. So we've got caution. Someone is hesitant and being very careful in how they proceed out of fear of making mistakes. So this person is going to inch towards you, okay? But like I said, they got a plan, all right? This is like the Seven of Swords, because Seven of Swords is not just about sneakiness. It's not just about, treachery and betrayal. It's also about, strategy, all right? So I feel like they're trying to figure out the best way to contact you, okay? And then we've got patience and understanding and acceptance of divine timing is essential. The understanding and acceptance of divine timing is essential during this waiting period, okay? And then we've got negligence. Negligent acts stem from past abandonment. So this person's got abandonment wounds, and that's why they're neglecting you. Because I think it was you that I pulled up I cracked the card, and it said neglect wounds. I think that was you. It might have been another sign. Sorry. Okay, so let me get some more messages from Spirit. Then we'll get some messages from your person. Okay, you got to find time for yourself, okay? Spirit is telling you to play hard, okay? Find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. So you and the soulmate that might be stepping into your life right now, you got to find time for the two of you to have time. Like I told you, anybody that you bring into your life, you got to make space for them, okay? So I know you're focusing on your money, but you still got to make a little space for this person if you want to have a relationship with somebody, okay? Then we've got vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person, all right? So I feel like Spirit is talking about the soulmate. And then patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing, all right? And let me say this with this love call card. When this person comes towards you, Spirit is also telling you with the vulnerability card, okay, it's double meaning. With this vulnerability card, you need to be vulnerable with this person and let them know what they did to you, how it made you feel. And I'm not saying vulnerable like, oh, I want to get back together with you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about, okay, you breadcrumbed me. You turned your back on me. You did this, you did that. You need to let them know how you feel so you can get your closure as well from this person. Because like I said, I feel like some of you are moving on. You're not even trying to entertain this person, but you have to show Spirit that you have learned the lesson, okay? And how you do that is by, if this person wants to meet with you or wants to talk to you about you doing that, going into that, having the meeting with them. It doesn't have to be, face to face, whatever it is. And you don't just listen to them. You let them hear what you have to tell them as well. Because what happened to you, what they did to you, the effects of that's a burden that they need to carry, because that was their shit. It wasn't yours. Okay. All right. So let me get the messages from them. See at the bottom of the deck, I want you. But like I said, this person is only coming in now because they can feel you moving on. They can feel you pulling your energy away from them, and they want to come back to keep you stuck. Okay. That is the whole motive for them doing this. It's not because I'm not saying they don't have feelings for you. I'm not going to sit here and say that, because I'll be lying to say that. But I'm saying this is about them getting what it is that they want. Okay. And they want to keep you in a holding pattern while they go off and do whatever the hell they doing. Okay. All right. So we've got so many things remind me of you. I'm afraid to contact you. They should be afraid. They should be afraid. I think they're afraid that you're going to tear their damn heads off. And you deserve, if they deserve it, because they shouldn't have did what they did. And then I'm so attracted to you. Okay. All right. So continue to focus on your passions. Go towards, what it is that lights you up. Just let this person, go on out. Just let them be in the rear view mirror. and just keep moving forward, Libra, okay? Because I feel like you're doing really well. I'm not saying you don't have your ups and downs, because this is a very difficult connection. It's a very difficult and tumultuous thing for you to move through. But I feel like you're headed in the right direction, because when I see this card right here, buddy, that means your spirit is saying, okay, this person ain't getting it together in a timely manner. It's time for the new love to come in. So you do what's best for you. At the end of the day, you're going to have to choose between this person and the soulmate. You think about who is going to treat Libra the best. What is everybody doing for Libra? What is everybody else bringing to the table for Libra? That should be your thought process. Okay. All right. So thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Libra.